They sprinting away. Very untidy beginning from the 1200 meter marker. Cop, this was very, very green out the machine. Lungi, Kudra all slow to go, along with Main Party. Down the centre, Blaze of Mystery quickly overcomes the outside gate and now speeds away, going to the 900 zone, and Blaze of Mystery from out to in bounds away by 2. April in Paris, Final Judgment, red sleeves and cap. The favourites just a little bit green, just gets a taste of the bit to stay in touch as they move down to the 600 zone. Sunset Boulevard's right there in the yellow. Seattle's Serenade looks to get a length closer. Kudra toward the inside, Hungry Heart. Final Judgment now looms up to Blaze of Mystery as they come to the 300, but still Blaze of Mystery is going in front by 3 parts of a length. Final Judgment tight at the rail is going to try and come through. Blaze of Mystery just keeping Final Judgment on the rail. Towards the outside, Sunset Boulevard tries to close in, but Blaze of Mystery given a beautiful kick. Final Judgment's had to come around, but it's Blaze of Mystery staying on for the win. Blaze of Mystery breaks the ice. Final Judgment second, 7 lengths away, Sunset Boulevard, and Rain de la Mine was staying on for the minor positions. Then came Main Party, Hungry Heart. Tactical Ride coming to the 400 meter marker because Blaze of Mystery from out to in, and you would have just noticed Final Judgment was just tight at the rail there, and being the juveniles, Blaze of Mystery stays on for a cozy win, wins it by about 3 parts of a length. Final Judgment had to come around and looks to cut her down late on, but that victory is for Blaze of Mystery. From the outside draw, sped across to the inside and kept up the gallop. The odds-on shot, Final Judgment at the rail, will stay on second, had to come around and then gets beaten that half to 3 parts of a length. Had the inside draw, whereas Blaze of Mystery was drawn up the outside and shot to the inside. Nice run from Sunset Boulevard, showing good improvement. Rain de la Mine, number 10. 8, Lungi. 7, Kudra. And then came Main Party, number 9. .300 metres to go, Blaze of Mystery. You'll see Final Judgment just on the rail. There's a gap just big enough to go through, but Blaze of Mystery just going to keep her there. And Final Judgment now, just you can see there for that stride or two, is now going to have to come around. And Blaze of Mystery quickens up, goes on. Rider changes the whip to the right hand and keeps her up to the task. Final Judgment and momentum comes out, tries to reel in the leader, but it's going to be Blaze of Mystery who stays up to the task. Final Judgment second, and they've drawn away from the balance of the field, but the winners for number 2, Blaze of Mystery. Muzieni, back to the studio.
Well, I expected it turned out to be the 2-horse race between the 2 fillies, Blaze of Mystery and Final Judgment, coming down from Cape Town. But I think it was a smart ride here by Muzi. The race was won for me over the final furlong or so. We'll listen into this interview with Muzi. But this daughter of Toriudo, she's come to win a very good race here, Duncan. And I like the manner in which she got the job done as well.
Yeah, look, she needed a run. She'd come up from Port Elizabeth from Gavin Smith, come up in very good nick, but they battled to acclimatise. You know, they didn't settle in that quickly, and now that they've had a little bit more time, obviously she's a nice filly. She showed in her first start that she could run a bit. She's improved since then. I was a bit concerned with the draw today, and obviously the softer ground. I think she'll be far better on quick ground. You can see the amount of speed that she's got.
Yes.
But she improved, and that's the most important thing.
Well, you got the win under the belt. Give our best to the owner also. I think it's D. McLean.
Well done to David. His first crop of horses he's bought in racing. Gavin Smith bought all the horses for him. There's some very nice horses involved, and they'll win him races and they'll keep improving.
That's a fantastic start to his career as an owner, because this filly has won early, and that's always a plus with these new boys in the game, Duncan.
Look, I think Gavin Smith deserves the accolades. He picked the horses. They've spent a lot of money buying them, so they've gone into the game open-minded and put their money down, and they deserve the results.
Well, give our best to Gavin when you get to chat to him. Before you leave us, Duncan, you've got some lovely horses to come later on today. Maybe just touch on the ones that you fancy.
I think Sylvester the Cat will give a forward showing today. Obviously, we've got to beat the Kaname horse on ratings, but I've always had a high regard for the horse, and I think he'll be far better over 1600 metres now. I think he was, as a young horse, he could do the 1200, but now he's lost a bit of his speeders over that distance,
Yes.
and will be suited to 1600. He could just be still in need of the run. You know, he was off for 4 months. He was gelded. He didn't do well in Cape Town, and he's starting to come back to himself now. So I'm expecting a nice run from the horse. I think in the next Skyfire shows me very nice work and could run into the money. And then my filly in the last Judge Express. Obviously the dry horse will be very difficult to beat, but I wouldn't leave out a quartet.
Thanks for that, Duncan. The very best later on.
Great, thank you. Just thanks to our sponsors winning form, and very well done to Dave McLean.
Fantastic. Duncan Howes, the gentleman that's been waiting patiently, and he's got the air miles. He is reaching platinum status, I'm told, and he's part of the furniture when you go to the SAA lounge in any airport in the country. Is our good friend Muzieni. But Muz, fantastic ride here. You had the race won. That's the way I read it. Final, first 300-400 meters.
Yes, I gotta say, our work was extremely good at home. Obviously, now when you see a lot of money coming from favorites, you think maybe they know something we don't know. But the work was very, very good at home, and I expected her to fight out the finish, and she brought her work to the track, and she produced the results.
That was a plan. Jump her out, let her use her speed, get onto that rail.
No, the plan was to just come out. I thought maybe with Stewie having the draw, he'll probably be ahead of me, and I'm probably along side by side. But like I said to you, she just caught me a bit by surprise. She had tons of pace. I actually, at the 600, I could feel her. She was just doing it a bit too hard. That's why I tried to wait on her as long as I could, and once I pulled the trigger, it was home.
Well, Kevin has sent down these horses to Duncan, and a lot of young horses.
Yes, just well done to Mr. McLean. Obviously sent us a good bunch of horses, and we appreciate his support, and nice way to reward him with success.
Anything else from your side later on? Duncan touched at length about Sylvester the Cat.
Yes, he's a horse that we always thought highly of him. Obviously, we'd go into Cape Town, and then he got gelded. Just lost his best, but I'm hoping he comes back to the Sylvester we know, and hopefully he runs a good race for us today.
Is that your next best?
Mine, it's quite close. I got one or two that seem like their chances. The baby in the next Skyfire, I think she'll run a big race today. She might be in need of it, but I expect a good run.
Thanks for that, Muzi, and all the best for the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you. I just want to thank my sponsors again. A huge thank you. They do a lot of help towards my flights, and I just appreciate the support.
Nice. Muzi Yeni, the winning jockey here. Well done to you, Gavin Smith, of course, introducing Mr. McLean to the game. And he's off to a winning start here with number 2, Blaze of Mystery. So well done to the boys in Port Elizabeth as well. 2-4, 13 and 10. That's the way they've passed the post. Race number 2. Coming up next is the start of the Pick 6, which will begin at 1400 hours, which is 2 o'clock. Well, we're now into a very important presentation, something that we look forward to every month, and it is the owner of the month. And it's gone to a gentleman that's now synonymous with racing throughout the country. His colors are well known in each province, and he enjoys a lot of success, in particular with the Gavin van Zyl team. His name is Brian Bernard, and he's being honored today. Nice to have Koos de Klerk come down. He's the director of Gold Circle, assisting us with this presentation. But before we hand over this lovely memento to Brian, fantastic. I've got to know you over the years, and you know, these colors I mentioned synonymous with racing, and it's a proud moment to receive any award in racing, and you've got the owner of the month, so well done.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dees. It's always a proud moment to receive any award in racing.